Okay, today I'm going to show you how to use Lori G. Ashley Silica Finishing Powder. Whenever you're using regular makeup, airbrush makeup, any kind of makeup, silica powder, whether it be Sephora's HD Forever, Lori G. Ashley's, it's the same stuff. Different prices you pay for the brand. But Lori G. Ashley's has the 15 gram, which is the 0.6 ounces. And I just can't believe I just took that lid off. Do me a favor, pop that lid off. Okay. And it has a little cap. You take that cap off. That's a full one. Or our little 0.2 ounces. They call it 5 gram sifter jar, but it's really not. Comes with this little tab in here. Or here. If you get the little small one, I suggest that you either dump it in something larger, or, and I'm about to make a mess with this, do me a favor, pop that down before I make a huge mess. Alright, now can you pull out the tab? Alright, pull the tab out. Now you see what it looks like before we seal it up. Powder everywhere. Okay, but anyway. So when you take it off, you have these little sifters. You can put your lid back on. Can you put the lid on? When using, if you don't want to dump it into another jar, turn it upside down. Drop it a couple of times. Can you unscrew that? I'm making a mess, and this is some expensive powder. Alright, dump it into your cap. Alright, there you go. It really doesn't take a lot. Take your kabuki brush. Oops. Dab it in there. Did I get it? No, I'm not getting it. I'm having a rough time. It's easier when I got both hands doing this. Alright, see this? You see a little bit on there, so you really ain't going to need to tap it. Put your hand out. Dab it on your face, and then swirl it. Do you feel the silica?
Yes.
Okay. Tiny bit. You don't want to see a bunch of white. You don't want to see any white. Do not do this. Now, you can do it this way, and you're probably going to need it in another container. You need a larger container. See all that white? Oh, dear God, do not put all that on your face. Silica powder goes a long way. This right here is way too much. I mean, literally. Can you tap down on that? I literally have too much. I'm not hitting it. Tap it really hard to get it out. I've got way too much in. Alright, see that? You don't want to see it hardly. Give me a hand again. When you're doing your face, after your makeup, see, that's still too much. So that's why I tell you, she's going to have to, she's wiping that off her hand, because that's just way too much. So, hit it really hard. Not no finger, hand. You got to hit it hard to make nothing's in there. Okay. Now, see, you don't hardly see it. You see the powder lightly lifting up, but you don't see it real bad. That's still way too much silica. So whenever people say this little tiny jar, yeah. See, I mean, I can do a whole arm, I can do a whole body practically with what's in this kabuki brush. So that's when I explain to people. People are like, oh, that's a little tiny jar. This little tiny bit that we put in this cap and you still see some in it, there really wasn't that much. It doesn't take a whole lot of silica powder to go a long way. This stuff is gold. See how much that looks like? It is gold. See that little bit? There you go. You don't want to see a whole bunch of white like we did when I dipped it in here. A little bit goes a long way. Unlike regular finishing powders, setting powders, and you'll glob a whole bunch on. No. Not when it comes to silica finishing powder or Sephora's HD Forever. You don't want to see a bunch of white sitting on this. You want to tap it off as hard as you can, and you probably need to dump these in a larger container. If you're not going to do like we did with the cap, leave the sifter cap on, dump a little bit in there, put it on there. Because you're going to feel when you put on your face, dab it, and then swirl it everywhere to remove dew effect or just do a finishing. If you've ever seen somebody do a photo of somebody wearing silica powder and the flash shows all these little white marks, that's because they had way too much silica powder on this kabuki brush. A tiny bit goes a long way. I hope I've explained to you everything you need to know about using the silicone finishing powder. Like I said, the 0.2 ounce 5-gram sifter jar of silica goes forever. My bottle here, this little bottle here, probably lasts me a year if you're using it properly. Sure, you can use this big one and go through it. You could put a whole bunch on your face and see the white and swirl it till it goes to invisible. You can do that, but I will tell you, if somebody takes a flash picture of you, you're going to see white all over your face, and the bottom line is you really didn't need all that much powder, so you just wasted a whole bunch of powder. A tiny bit goes a long way. Thank you.